Okay, so this is what you see at the beginning. Right in front of the music room. Look at this. You are entering a rock star zone. So this is what the kids are going to see, and they're going to be like really excited. Oh, and then on the other side. 1 second. This is where they're going to keep track of the pizza party points. So that's pretty cool and exciting, and definitely my color, red. So as we go in, ooh, this is probably going to be hanging like for the first, I don't know, for the first few days or so, and then I'll probably take it off. But anyways, so we're going in. This is probably going to be the most important part of the whole room. There's going to be slap bracelets right here, and one's going to say boys, one's going to say girls, and decorated and all that stuff. And you know, instead of the hall passes where you have to carry them and stuff like that, they just have to slap them on their wrists, and that way it's a lot more sanitary and that sort of thing. And hopefully here I will have the desk with the sign out sheet and stuff like that. And over here we have the music rules. We're going to do this rap, the first music class and subsequent music classes, and all of the rules will be basically in this rap, and you know, everything that the kids can think of that they can probably get away with. I don't think that they will be able to get away with too much, because a lot of things fit under these particular rules. So anyways, so stars, as you notice, the theme is stars and reaching for the stars. And I'm going to go over here. One of my favorite parts of the room, Stars in the News, is basically it's going to have all current, you know, music stars and things that they really matter, like, so that they know that composers and musicians did not just exist in the past and are not just dead European people, but are, you know, here today. So this is gonna be updated, hopefully monthly. And here's my Music Through the Ages thing. This is really cool. It's also one of my favorite parts. The original rock stars. And right now I've got the basics, you know, just your regular Bach, Handel, Mozart, Beethoven, just the basics for right now. But you know, as we work on different classical works that use different composers, obviously they're going to switch out and that sort of thing. Alright, this is my desk. This is Miss B's corner. I always think it's very important with every room and every little corner to have your own little brag board. And as you can see, I have my brag boards right here. You rock, Miss B, and all that wonderful stuff. And so I put love notes from the students there. And also a calendar and stuff like that. This is my desk. Nothing new to see here. It's just labeled with all the stuff that's in there and blah blah blah. Whatever. And then over here, all my obsessions. So, anyway. Then, well, there are lots of parts that are my favorite parts. But the instrument wall, right over here, it's color-coded. So the skins are blue, metals are purple, woods are green, yada yada yada, shakers and scrapers, that sort of thing. And the ORF instruments were already labeled this way, so you know, I wanted to separate metallophones out and say, look, these are metals and stuff, but, you know, they were already labeled that way, so they're black. What do we have here? This will be gone, hopefully, when the kids get here. This will be completely gone. Goodbye. Anyway, there's stuff on it, so I can't throw it out. So some other various instruments in here. Star. This is the creative box. So whenever a student has a creative moment, I like to say, because I really like to have the students come up with their own sorts of compositions, obviously, you know, that being one of the standards, but like to come up with their own ideas even when we're doing like a lesson where they're not required to come up with their own ideas. So when they have a creative idea, you know, we've got some stuff in here, some cool, awesome stuff, so there you go. So this is also something that I like. This is the back of the piano. You know, it's your standard rip off the thing. You can put, you know, whatever melody you're working on or whatever. And then over here I have these notes here that are going to stick on here. Now the reason why they're going to stick on here is because I'm going to be, whatever concept we're working on for that particular lesson, you're going to write it on here on using dry erase markers and stick it on here so that the students can refer to this whenever they feel like they need to. And there's several different ones right there. I like this one. Left to low, right high. It shows them exactly their left from their right. You cannot imagine how many kids do not know their left from their right. So here is my, what it looks like when they're facing the front of the room. Okay, we've got the heart chart, of course. It doesn't have the hearts yet, but it will. And the phone, of course, right up near the front of the room. And I'm going to have, when I have the class lists and stuff like that, every single time I see each class, I'm going to definitely have the phone numbers of each and every single child, so that if in case we have a problem during class, the phone is right smack in there, and they will have to call home right in front of everybody. So there are my 4 points for the pizza party. La 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 la, going along. So this is obviously, as you can see, some really old xylophone bars from a xylophone that does not exist anymore. So I thought, you know, rather than throwing these out and using them for firewood, let's use them as a visual for when the children set up xylophones. So like, for instance, if they need to put it in C pentatonic, they could just say, take off your F's and your B's, boys and girls, and they take off their F's and their B's. And then they can see that it looks like that, okay? So, I need to kind of work on making sure the magnets stay on there, but anyways. Rockstar word wall, the first thing that I ever did here. I mean, like, the first thing that I put up. And these are color-coded. Time, pitch, design, tone, color, expression, blah, blah, blah. So everything that has to do with time is blue, everything that has to do with pitch is green, and so on and so forth. And I put all of my words up there just because I don't want to have to deal with it during the school year. And not much to see down here. Just more cabinets and space, and everything is labeled so that I know where every single thing is. Got my, right up here, all of my wonderful, I'm trying to get this open while holding the camera at the same time. All of my wonderful picture books right here. And you notice that the student textbooks are here because they will not be holding them in their hands, of course. Spotlight on music resources, other resources, blah blah blah. I don't know what I have in here. Oh, just resources. And then, yeah, music K through 8 stuff. And then, God, these cabinets. There we go. All of these, everything, all the books, all the CDs, all the DVDs are alphabetized and put in order, and they are on a spreadsheet on my computer. I do not print them out. Paper, blah blah. Share the music, old stuff. Okay, so another favorite, Rising Stars. These are the ones that I started out with, but the Rising Stars are basically, you know, musicians that are up and coming that I think the kids would enjoy, and that, you know, are probably going to be really big stars within the next couple of years, or maybe within the next year or so. So we have Mike Tompkins, of course. We have Sam Shuey, and we have Kurt Hugo Schneider. And of course, I'm gonna, you know, this is gonna be like a student board where they get to add to it. If they feel like somebody is not as well known who is going to be well known, you know, they can add to it as long as it's appropriate for school. So, here we go. Music rules again. And that is my classroom. Yay! Reach for the stars on top. So I didn't have the stars with the musical symbols on them, so I just made my own. Because it's always been a dream of mine to have like any room where there are stars on the ceiling, basically. So, anyway, there we go.